Playing in different keys, the number system. On page 12 of Fear of Guitar is a system called the number system, which enables you to play in any key easily. And what you need to know about keys are there are 12 keys in music, and the 12 keys are basically each key is a cluster of notes and chords. And all 12 keys do the same thing, but in different pitches. Like, for instance, here's a song. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. This song is too high for me to sing. So I need to find the same arrangement of chords, but in a different pitch. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. That's more in the range of my voice. So you need to learn different keys primarily to accommodate a vocalist, whether it's yourself or someone else. Everybody's voice is in a specific tonal range, and you've got to accommodate the key that matches that tonal range. But the other reason you want to learn playing different keys is like some styles of music um, just gravitate towards certain keys. If you play bluegrass, that sound is the sound of bluegrass, and man, almost any bluegrass band in the world they have that sound. And to keep that sound, no matter in different keys, rather than learn a bunch of chords, they put a cape on the neck and achieve the same sound but higher in pitch to accommodate a singer. And so the key of G is suitable for playing bluegrass. If you're playing, say, blues, the key of E or the key of A, they just gravitate towards the way that the chords are configured on the guitar. So you need to learn to play in different keys, primarily to accommodate a vocalist. Also, because some keys have a stylistic cachet that works for certain types of music, and the other is if you play this every song in the same key, it'd be boring. So let's learn to play in different keys. There are 12 keys in music, and they all do the same thing, just pitched differently. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a key. We're going to take the key of G, and each key is populated by 7 notes. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's the sound of a major scale. We'll talk more about major scales further on in Fear of Guitar when you start using the scales as a melodic device. Now, understanding the notes in a key is just to help you identify chords. So the key of G, there are 7 notes. There's 7 notes in every key. The key of G, the notes are G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. If you don't know what sharp means, if you look at a piano, you see all the white keys and all the black keys. The white keys are natural notes. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The same 7 notes that keep repeating higher and higher in pitch with the same letter names. And if you look at the arrangement of the black keys on the piano, you'll see 3 keys, 2 keys, 3 keys, 2 keys. So there's pattern of black keys, 3 and 2, 3 and 2, with spaces in between them on every third or second note. And the black keys are called accidentals, and even though they're put there deliberately. And the notes, the names of the accidentals are based on the natural note or the white key that comes before them or after them. So if you look at a piano, you see one white key, another white key, and there's a black key kind of wedged in between them. That note, the name of that note, say if you went from C to D and there's a black key in between, that black key would be called C sharp or D flat, depending on the context of the song. So every accidental or black key has 2 different names based on the note below and the note above. And you should also know that there's never an accidental between E and F and B and C. This will become more important as we start moving up the neck. But anyway, so I just want to explain when I say sharp what you mean. So the key of G, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. If I give each note in the key of G a number, G is the root of the key. Root is 1, A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D is 5, E is 6, F sharp is 7. And then you end up on E, the next octave up, which is 1 again. So I've got an alphanumeric relationship now. G, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4. So as I'm playing a song in the key of G, I play a G chord. Well, what number can I reference that chord to? 1. If I played a C chord in the key of G, what number would that reference to? G, A, B, C. C. C is the 4 chord. If I played a D chord in the key of G, G, A, B, C, D, the 5 chord. So now if I'm playing a song in the key of G and I play G, C, D, I'm playing 1, 4, and 5. It's a little shorthand to identify the chords in a song. Where it's really useful now is to move into a different, if you want to move into a different key. So if I'm playing a song in the key of G and it's too low, I want to sing a little bit higher, maybe like in key of A, which is the next pitch up. Well, what are the notes in the key of A? They're A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Same do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do sound, just higher in pitch. So if I'm playing in the key of A and I play an A chord, what number would that be? That would be the 1 chord in the key of A. If I played a D chord in the key of A, B, C, D, that would be the 4 chord, and E would be the 5. So now I have 2 keys. G, the key of G was 1, 4, 5, and the key of A, 1, 4, 5. So I can easily shift from one key to the other. If I'm going to play a song, headed down south to the land of the pine, thumbing my way to North Carolina. If I want to play that song a little higher, I played 1, 5. Now I threw a minor chord in there, which would be the 6 minor. More on that later. And then the 4 chord. Headed down south to the land of the pine, thumbing my way to North Carolina. I played that in G. Now I want to sing a little bit higher. Now I could put a capo on the 2nd fret. Headed down south to the land of the pine. I could do that. Or I could think of what are the corresponding numbers in the key of A. Well, in the G, in the key of G, G was 1. So that means if I want to go to A, I'll play the 1 chord, A. And then after the G in that first version, headed down south to the land of the pine, I went 1 to 5. So in the key of A now, I'll go 1, headed down south to the A, B, C, D, E, land of the pine. And so you move to the new key simply by finding the corresponding number of the new key. Now on page 13, you see a chart that shows all 12 keys and then the 7 notes that populate each key. All you need to do to move into any key is to find, let's take this, take the original key that the song you have is in, and look at the chords in that song, identify the numbers of those chords, and find the corresponding number for the new key. Now, the only trick now is you need to learn all the chords in these other keys. So if you turn the page to page 17, you see more chords. And it's essential to learn these chords. These are the boilerplate chords for anything you're going to do in the future. It's just, you got to learn them. And there are a couple of some of the chords are little edited versions to allow for that. But anyway, you need to learn those chords and understand that there are 3 types of chords. There are major chords, and if you see a chord that just has the letter name, that means it's a major chord. And major chords have kind of a happy, settled sound. And then there are minor chords, which have a sad and melancholy sound. Then you have 7th chords, which have kind of an edgy, unresolved sound. And any chord can be presented as a major chord, a minor chord, or a 7th chord in any song, just depending on the vibe of the song. And all the songs I have listed in the more chords section show the major, minor, and 7th chord for each chord. You need to learn them, but don't worry about just learning them just randomly. What you should do is, now that you know the number system, you should take the 5 keys of C, A, G, E, and D and identify the 1 chord, the 5, 7 chord, the 6 minor chord, and the 4 chord, and those 5 keys. So we already did I looked at G. G is the 1 chord is G, the 5 chord is D, but played as the 7th chord. I want to make sure your vocabulary starts including major, minor, and 7th chords. Often when you play these chord sequences, you play the major chord for the 5, but we're going to play the 5-7. Instead of playing D, I'm playing D7. So 1 chord, 5-7, 6 minor, which is E minor, and then 4, which is C. That's in G. And then if I say play the key of C, C is 1, the 5 chord would be G, 5-7 would be G7, the 6 minor would be A minor, and the 4 would be F. Now when you get to F, if you haven't played the F chord before, it is the bête noire of guitar players. You have to get your fingers squished on the first 2 strings, flattened out, so you're playing the first fret of both strings and then add the other 2 notes. And it's a little tricky, but you'll get it. So try and add the 1, 5-7, 6 minor, and 4 chord in those 5 keys. And that will set you up to be playing a lot of stuff up the neck, because those 5 chords are the basis for a whole system that we're looking at for playing up the neck. Hope this was helpful, and see you at next lesson.